Hello, hey everyone, welcome back to SFDC Panther. My name is Amit Singh, and in this video, we are going to talk about how we can implement a single sign on top of Salesforce Lightning communities, which are also known as Salesforce Digital Experience. So, before we go ahead, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe this channel and press the bell icon so that you don't miss any update from this channel. So as said, we are going to implement the social sign-in for this video. So there are few steps that we are going to follow. Is the step one is we have to create an authorization authentication provider for inside our Salesforce environment for LinkedIn. So for that, what we will do is we will, after logging into our Salesforce, we'll just quickly click on this gear icon and then go to setup. Once you go to setup, just from the home search from the home page, just search for auth provider and you will see the auth provider is here. So what next you need to do is just click on new, and once you click on new, it will give you ample number of options to select which option you wanted to select as authorization provider. So from the drop down, just go ahead and select LinkedIn. You just need to give your name. You can just say that LinkedIn, and that's it. You don't need to worry about all these client ID, consumer key, consumer secret, and the URL that are the part of LinkedIn API. There is one thing that you will see here. One is registration handler. This is very important because this Apex class is going to execute whenever your user is trying to log in into your digital experience, into your Lightning communities with the help of their LinkedIn credentials. So there is one link. You can say automatically generate a registration handler template. They are going to generate a registration handler for you, and then you need to select the user on top of which you wanted to execute the registration, because there will be some of the user who are already existing into Salesforce. There will be some user who are logging in into your digital experience for the first time. So you just need to go ahead and modify that Apex class. So you can just go ahead and click on the generate. It is going to generate a class for you, and then select which user you wanted to execute as a login, we can say at a registration. Just go ahead and execute and then click on save. It is going to create one authentication for you where you are using your LinkedIn, which is your social media platform, or we can say that professional platform, which you are going to use to provide a social sign on. And these are the some URL. We don't need to worry about that. These are the URLs that we have. And then we have got this is one community that I have already created, the digital experience, and you can see all these URL are here. This is the URL, oh sorry, the Apex class which has been generated. You can see registration handler, which is saying that auto created registration handler and some unique number which has been appended next to that. So as we are not going to use this, I have already created one authentication provider for me, which is my LinkedIn. I'm going to open this and I will show you the class which I have prepared for this particular authentication provider. The class name is LinkedIn registration handler. So this is the class which I have prepared, and this class is implementing one interface which is auth.registration handler. Auth is a namespace and registration handler is a class, sorry, is an interface which we are implementing for this. So if we wanted to use that class, which we wanted to use inside our auth provider as a class, we have to implement that class as a registration handler. And this class has sorry this interface has two methods. One is create user, accepting two parameters. One is the portal ID, the community ID, and then another one is auth.userdata is another class which contains the every single information from your social media platform. Then there is one more method which is update user, again accepting three parameters. One, because the user is already existing now, portal ID and the user data. So what happens when the user tries to log in into communities for the first time? This method will get executed, which is create user. And once they have logged in and now the user is trying to log in again, the method which is going to execute it, which is update user. And under that update user, what I did is I queried the user, whatever the user we have, and make sure that user is active. and then I'm just doing nothing. Even if you try to remove all these codes inside from this method, that doesn't make that is not going to make any sense, or that is not going to make any impact on your functionality, existing functionality. But what sort of code usually we put here inside this method is, suppose that you have made some changes into your social media account, like you have made the changes into your email, you have made the changes what your title looks like, you have made, even you have changed your initial name or your first name, last name. You wanted to update those inside Salesforce, you can use this parameter, get all the data what is there inside social media, and then update your user if you wanted to. If you don't want it to, you can even keep this method as a blank without having any single line inside this method. The main method which we are going to work is which is create user. We said this is a portal ID, and then we have got what exact data we have there. So what we did is, there are two things. There might be a possibility user is logging inside your Salesforce internal environment. User is trying to log in inside your Salesforce communities, Salesforce digital experience. So I have prepared two username, one for internal, which we are not going to discuss. Another one is for communities. So what I said data.email, whatever the email is there, substring before @. Suppose that my email is sfdcpanther@gmail.com. So I'm just putting sfdcpanther here. That is what I'm getting here. And then I said prepare the username append panther.experience for that user. Okay, and then this is what I try to get. If there is already an existing user, return that user. Even if not, there is no user, we are going to create a new user. So this is a part of our picture URL. If you are using Facebook as an authentication provider, you are LinkedIn as an authentication provider, these are some parameters which contains the URL to your picture, and you can use these to update your profile picture or your banner of your user, which is there in either inside digital experience or inside Salesforce internal experience. We are not going to update the image in this in this video. This is what we did. If the user is already there, return that user. Otherwise, now here we are checking if the attribute map, which is already inside the data attribute, which we have under user data class. This is the user data class, and we are checking if that attribute contains network ID, SFDC underscore network ID, which tells us that user is trying to log in inside the Salesforce communities, and we quickly get that community ID inside and store inside a variable. That is what I did over here. And then if you see here else, this is a regular user. That user is trying to log in inside my Salesforce environment, which is internal. And then what I said, there is one more class which is saying that registration handler, create portal user, and sending the data. What is data? It is again the type of user data class. So let's quickly have a look in this class, which is registration handler. This is the method which is creating a portal user, auth.user data, which is saying the data. So before we go ahead, deep dive into this method, let me quickly tell you what it requires to create a community user. So when we are trying to create a community user, what we need to do is, first thing we need to make sure that an account is enabled for portal user. Suppose that this is the account which is Burger King Corporation. If I wanted to enable the community user for this particular account, that means there are some customers, we can say there are the employees for this company which is Burger King Corporation, and they wanted to log in inside my Salesforce communities. So what I need to do is, first I need to enable the account as a partner user. So sorry, partner account. So I will go ahead, click on this drop down and select enable at partner and enable this. This is the first thing that I have to do. Once you enable, you will, okay, it is now it's enabled. You see here it is now saying disable partner account. Next thing that you need to make sure is the account owner, which is owning that account, must have a valid role at the user detail page. So just we need to go ahead, find out what user is there. We already was there in the record page. We navigated to the user detail page. Now we are here and we need to make sure that user must contain a valid role. This is the second step that we need to check. The third step that we need to find is which particular profile we wanted to give to that user while creating the community user. We will see all these things here. So this is the account, which is Burlington Textile Corporation of America. I have already enabled that account as a partner account. That is why I am using this account to create a contact. So after enabling this account, after enabling the account as a partner account, checking that user, the owner of account is already having a valid role. Then after what we need to see is we can go ahead and create a portal user. So how we can create? We need to go to the account. Under that account, we must need to create a contact. Those contact will be enabled as a partner user or community user. So we can just go ahead and select what contact we wanted to have, and then we can just fill some information, and then we can try to enable that. I will show you which is already there for the existing account that we are talking about. So I have this, let's suppose that Jack Roger. You go ahead and you will see that enable customer user and partner user depend on what kind of experience you are using, either a partner company or a partner community or a customer community. You can just click on that. Once you click on that, it is going to take you to the user page where you need to create a new user. So here you can see that this is license, what license you wanted to have. You are using customer community plus. You can select what license you wanted to use, what profile, every single information you need to provide over here. So when creating the community user, we need one thing, which is contact ID. That's why we have created a contact, and that contact must be related to a particular account, which account is partner enabled. So that is what we queried the account. We created a contact under that account and inserted that contact. That's it. Next thing what we did, we have to prepare a user. Now we have created a contact. We must need to prepare a user, insert that user. What profile I'm going to use is, there is one profile which I have created, which is experience community, which is a cloned profile from the existing customer community plus login profile. I have queried that profile, prepare the user, given all the required information which user needs, like email, first name, last name, what is the alias, and then what is language local key, or what is time zone, and then what profile ID is, what is contact ID. Once I prepared, I returned that user to this particular line. If you see, I'm returning that user from here. If you don't insert the user, even that is going to, the user is going to be created inside Salesforce environment. You don't need to explicitly put the insert statement for creating the user while you are inside your registration handler class for any authentication provider. So this is all about the class which I have. You will get the link of this class inside the description of this video. You don't need to worry about that. Next thing what we did is we had to create a community. So for that, just go to your setup, and from the quick search box, just type digital experience. Before this release, it was Lightning Communities. Now it has been renamed to digital experience. Just type digital experience, click on all sites. I already have one. I will show you how to create. So just go ahead and click on new. It will ask what template you wanted to use. Once you select the template, it is going to create a community for you. I'm not going to show you the complete process because that is a separate thing. But you will see here, it is saying what experience you wanted to have. Like you wanted to create your own with the help of Lightning Web Components, Insurance Agent Portal, Health Cloud Application Portal. You can select any. Just click on Get Started. It will ask the name. Optional parameter you can go ahead and then create. It is going to create a community for you. So once you have created a community, next thing, if you wanted to choose a custom profile for your community, you can go ahead and create a custom profile. How you can do that, I will show you. Go to the setup. From the setup, just quickly go there and select profile. Not select, just search for profile, and then select profile under the users. You wanted to create a new profile, just click on new, and it will ask which existing profile you wanted to clone. So suppose that you are using a partner community user. So you can just go ahead and select partner community login user, and then you can give here, you can say that health cloud experience. So this is what the new profile you wanted to use. Go ahead and click on save, and then you can start using this profile for your community. You need to make some modifications. I will tell you where you need to make the modification. Once you have created your profile, you wanted to give the permission to your required objects, to your required fields, required tabs that you wanted to have. Once you are done, you need to again go to digital experience, click on all sites, and then once you click on this all sites, you will see all the experiences that you have created. I've created one. You need to click on builder to go to the builder environment where you can build, and you can also see the live preview of your community. You can go to the workspace. There is a different kind of things that you can do. So I have already opened workspace. This is what you are going to see once you will click on workspace. You need to go to administration, and from the administration what you need to do is you just need to quickly go to this members tab. Click on that members. It will ask you what profile you wanted to give the permission to this community. You can see I have given the permission to experience community, which is the new profile I have created. You wanted to create a profile. You have created a profile which is not shown here because we have to refresh the page. I will go ahead and refresh the page for you so that we can see the updated profile is here. We can use that profile as a member of our community that we have created. In the search, you can also select what kind of profile you wanted to have, like it is a customer community, it is a partner community, and you will see that this is the community that profile we have created, health cloud experience. You can just go ahead and select this. You can also select some specific permissions if you wanted to have, like I have got multiple permissions related to Einstein, then related to health cloud, and then go ahead and save it. This is the this is one step that you need to do inside your administrator for your digital experience. The other step that you need to do is you need to go to login and registration. Under that login and registration, if you scroll down, you will see that there are multiple options that you can select. One is your authentication provider that you have created, which is LinkedIn. Other one is mine, which I have created already. And then either you wanted to give your internal user to log in your community using their username and password, you can select that as well. And you don't need to select anything else. Just go ahead and save this. This is the second step that you need to do inside your digital experience workspace. Third is go to settings, and then you will see there is it will be the community will look like this. I'll just go ahead and deactivate this. So community will look like it will say that activate. So let's wait for this page to get refreshed, and I will show you how it is going to look like for you for the first time. It will say activate. So just go ahead, click on activate so that your community can be accessed outside from your Salesforce environment. So now we are done from this workspace side, from this administration side. We need to build something. So once you go to the builder, you will see like this. You will not see the exact what is here. You can just select, you can add what tab you wanted to add. Suppose that you wanted to add one more tab, which is product. You can just go ahead and click on menu here. You can just name it whatever it is. So I'll say that product. What type it is? It is a Salesforce object. And what is the object name? It is product. So I will just go ahead and select product. And I'm not saying that this is going to be publicly available. If you wanted to add more, you can just go ahead and add. I'm going to remove this topic and then save menu. So once you save this, it is going to refresh and show you what is there. And then I have added some content about me. You can add a rich text area and then add that whatever is there. What you need to do is just click on settings, and you can just check this checkbox, publish can access the site, so that publicly we can just go ahead, hit this URL, and public can access whatever is there inside that site. And then just go ahead and click on publish. This is all what you need to do for the builders. Then you can start building all your community what you have. Then go to your any either incognito side or any other browser, hit the URL that you have just copied, and you will see that your community is here, and whatever you have placed that public can access is accessible to you. You notice that all the tabs are not accessible to me. Once your community is published, you will receive an email to your registered email ID, and after that what you need to do is just go ahead to the URL, click on login. Now this time once you click on login, you will see that there is two options. One is your username and password, and other one is my LinkedIn. Just click on my LinkedIn. It will ask what your username and password is. Let me provide my username and password. So I have just provided my username and password. I will go ahead and click on sign in. It will try to sign in into my Salesforce environment. If there is any error, it will show the error. If not, it will take me to the login page. It will take me to the community where I can see all these tabs, because these tab permission is enabled for my profile, which is Experience Community. Now I can go to cases. If I wanted to create any cases, I can just go ahead and create the case. If I wanted to have I wanted to check the status of my cases, I can check here. You can see there are only one case which is open, which is created by this contact. Just go ahead and click here, generator is not working, and you will be able to see all the detail about that particular contact. You can just go to products, which is something which we have just added as part of this demo. All products, these are all the products. Why we are able to see all the products? Because the OWD for that product is not set as private, so the user can see all the products which are accessible to the profile. You can see all these. You wanted to verify that this is actually the user which is coming from the LinkedIn. You can see this is the user which I have created. This is my email, and then if I go to if I go to settings, I will be able to see here this is my username which we have prepared, the community username, email, whatever I'm getting from the particular LinkedIn, the data from LinkedIn. You wanted to see what account is under which account you has been created your user. You can see this is the ID of account. Amit Singh is the account owner. This is the site, and this is the detail for your account. You can also go ahead and edit. If you have permission, you can just go ahead and edit, but there is no permission. I have disabled that permission for user to edit any account. So that is how you can implement a single sign-on for your digital experience. You can even try to implement using your Gmail, using your Twitter. All these are available there. GitHub is also an option, so you can just go ahead and try to implement this. So this is it for this video. Any questions, any suggestions you have, please feel free to put down into the comment section. And again, please do like, share, subscribe the channel. Thank you.